So according to the world, or Twitter, democracy is under siege as MAGA supporters storm the US Capitol. In today's video, we're going to see how social media has responded. Let's take a look at Donald Trump's Twitter. Currently, Donald Trump's last tweets are being hard blocked, meaning if you go to the president's Twitter feed, you cannot engage, comment, or retweet any of his videos. It seems that social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram have taken the stance that Donald Trump, the current president, is inciting violence with his social media, and they feel need to censor and throttle his content. This is not going to be a political video. Trust me, I am a monkey with a hammer. You don't want to hear my comments on politics. However, I am going to be reacting to how social media companies have banned and hard blocked the president as a result of the actions that have unfolded today. It's going to be an interesting video, and trust me, what happens today could predict what happens the rest of 2021 and even further down the line, setting a new standard for social media censorship. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to Shadow Banned with Bobby Krieger. My name's Bobby, and this is the channel where we cover everything social media censorship. Now, normally we stay out of politics because it's divisive. Frankly, it's tacky. And like I said, I'm a monkey with a hammer, like my dog fighting a cat in the background. Come on, leave the cat alone. Here we are on Donald Trump's Twitter page. This is the last video that he put out. He's actually put out a tweet since, and we'll go over it. And what happens is you can play the video. However, you cannot retweet the content. It says the claim of election fraud is disputed, and this tweet can't be replied to, retweeted, or liked due to a risk of violence. Now, if you scroll down on the president's feed, you can see he's got these blue exclamation parts everywhere. To be honest, people are just ignoring them at this point. But none of these have resulted in his content being throttled in the sense you cannot retweet it or you cannot like it. Now, what exactly is he saying in this video that is not only disputing fraud, that is enticing fraud, but enticing violence? Let's take a look at the video right here.
I know you heard. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election.
Rigged election.
Especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace.
Regardless of how you feel about the president, that seems to be the opposite of inciting violence, which leaves me to believe that there is some sort of auto-flagging system in Twitter's AI that is stopping this engagement, or that they think by simply him tweeting, it will incite violence, regardless of the content. Now, he's since put out another tweet, which follows the same suit. Donald Trump has tweeted, "These are the things and events that happen when a sacred landslide election victory is so unceremoniously and victoriously stripped away." How could I say unceremoniously perfectly, but not say stripped? Away from the great patriots who have been badly and fairly untreated. Go home with love and peace. Remember this day forever. I mean, this guy cannot just say go home in peace without everything else. Regardless, that's what's happening. You cannot respond to the president. You cannot engage. You cannot give your opinions. You cannot quote. You cannot retweet. A quick update as I'm editing this video, not only did Twitter hard block Trump's tweets, they actually went ahead and deleted the videos and the tweets. Now, everything else in this video still applies. The opinions, the pieces, they still apply. However, no, they did delete this. Now, this is huge. This is the first time that Twitter has actually deleted Trump's tweets. Now, that's some serious stuff. So to kind of break it up, here is my cat sleeping. And my dog sleeping. I mean, hopefully that does something for you. Now, it's not just happening on Twitter. YouTube says it has removed this video because it violates their policies regarding content that alleges widespread fraud or errors changed the outcome of the US election. So YouTube is taking the exact same action, taking down this particular video. However, YouTube is not claiming that it is enticing violence. More on Twitter. It is very hard to come to my account. I've had many people say I can't get on your Twitter, President Trump says, which is not true and also doesn't make sense. So during the big rally that Trump had today, he was saying that Twitter is shadow banning his content and making it hard for people to find Trump. Now, I don't follow Trump on Twitter. I try to stay out of this, but let's see. Trump. Donald Trump is the first person that comes. I mean, and let's just take a look at the engagement that he's getting on his content. This content without the ability to retweet, like, or comment, got 10 million views. Now, let's kind of compare that to 4 million views from somebody else that he retweeted. Let's see if he's reposted a video from himself. I mean, the dude is just getting a lot of views on his content. So here is a native video that he posted to himself and it got 1 million views. So it's actually having the opposite effect. Because there's so much controversy around this video, it's getting more views. It's getting more views. So Trump is claiming that Twitter is shadow banning his content. And then let's just take another statement here from Facebook. Facebook is saying the violent protests in the Capitol today are a disgrace. We prohibit enticement and calls for violence on our platform. We're actively reviewing and removing any content that breaks these rules. Now, it's going to be hard for me to articulate myself, so give me a little bit of time, okay? I don't want to sound political. I don't want this to be a video because I know so many people are going to be searching in this keyword on YouTube and they're going to come to my video and they're going to call me a Trump lover or they're going to call me a Trump hater. Let's just talk about social media censorship for a second, okay? Now, do I believe that people should incite violence on social media? No. Do I believe that Trump is inciting violence on social media? No comment. Do I think that Twitter has a fair way to determine who is inciting violence on social media and has a fair way of choosing who is doing so? Meaning whether you have 10 followers, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you're X, whether you have color hair, green hair, blue hair, whether you're a Simpson. No, I think that Twitter is clearly choosing sides here and they're choosing issues that are highly politicized. I think what's really happening here is that Twitter answers right now to their internal meetings. I think that there's a lot of people at Twitter that are really concerned about this stuff, meaning when they have their daily roundups and their daily get-togethers, and you know how all these people in Silicon Valley feel like they can change the world and they're just the highest of society. I think they sit there and the questions that they ask are, how did we protect the world today? How did we facilitate peace in the world today? And of course, that directly relates to Trump. What I mean is, I just think they're ignoring everything else. For every Trump tweet that's been censored, there is a censored tweet by someone that showed nudity. There's a censored tweet from a Democrat. There's a censored tweet from LGBT community, from the NRP or NRA community. And it's all of those that we don't see. And since we just focus on these big pieces of censorship, we don't see what's really happening in other accounts. And so I think right now Twitter is simply catering to what's popular. Now, once again, does that mean that I don't think there should be any censorship in social media? Of course there should, if it incites violence. But Twitter, you need to come out and you need to give us the direct checklist, because there's just too much up for interpretation. And taking this way out of account, we need a blanket form of censorship for inciting violence. It's got to be uniform. If it's not, you have to at least attempt, or you have to at least be more transparent. Is there a single person that's judging this? Is it a council of people? How fast do they act? What are the guidelines? This is the information we need to know. And if you're watching this video and you're saying, Bobby, this guy is clearly inciting violence, okay, just at least show me the checklist that you got to. And there's probably people screaming at their computers going, duh, look at what he's posting. Just give me the checklist and then be transparent about it. That way we can all see what's working and what's not working. Transparency is all I ask for these social media platforms. You let me know in the comments below. Do you think that Trump should be censored on social media? Do you think that this is causing more harm than good? Go back to the amount of views that this video got. 10 million views. It's still doing numbers, even though they're throttling your ability to like and engage with it. Do you think that they're causing more harm because Trump is physically saying to go home and they're limiting that content? Do you think that they should just get rid of Trump on Twitter? Let me know your comments below. How would you handle this if you were Twitter? This is certainly a tricky situation. I'm not good at covering politics. I'm going to try to get better. You let me know in the comments below if you want to see more political videos or videos that cover political topics or political figureheads that are being censored on social media. Like and subscribe because we may be shadow banned next. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.